What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. And I was getting ready to start going to my RTG, which I'm thoroughly enjoying on eFootball. I also started a Road to FC 26 brand new account for Ultimate Team from scratch. And I've played a couple games, already beat a couple TOTS teams, right? With the squad that I just started with, because they have a good development plan for new players. eFootball, a good development plan for new players. eFootball has the best, most inviting concept for brand new players, where they have a welcome to eFootball, certain giveaways as you sign in, as you play games. So right off the bat, you have a nice solid squad. And already, flying up to divisions, I've got a pretty solid team, and I'm enjoying it, right? Any new player is going to love eFootball, because if I'm enjoying it coming from a total pay-to-win squad with all the best players in the game, and this RTG is even more fun for me, so then new players are going to obviously enjoy it, right? Common sense. Ultimate Team is second place over at FC. They don't give you quite as much as eFootball gives you, but the road to building your team in FC from scratch on your way up, it makes sense over there, because you start at the lowest divisions. You're facing equal level teams. Now I'm also coming in as a high level player, so having this low level team playing those TOTS teams with lower skill, as I always say, skill prevails. So that's a little bit different. So a newer player is probably going to have to play more squad battles and stuff like that, but they can get a somewhat decent lower level gold team where they know who the players are, and they can have some fun while they're learning the game and getting better, building up their squad. So that's definitely second place, but it's a distant second behind eFootball. All right, so you see where I'm going with this. Here's UFL's from scratch, brand new players if I never played the game. If you're unfamiliar with it, I got ratted out and lost my other account. Now I had this second account already for RTGs, things like that, like most content creators. So no big deal. It's actually been a blessing in eFootball. UFL, the one good thing they have is if I wanted to go buy a bunch of players, it's pretty cheap. It's pretty easy to build your squad here, and all of a sudden you get the best players. But what I'm finding is that when you do that in both UFL and eFootball, it's a pretty empty experience, just because both games are lacking depth. They're lacking a lot of modes like FC has. FC restarts every year, and so they have this built-in system not only for new players, but for brand new accounts, so you can build up. And there's constant new promos, so you're never really going to have that in-game team, right? eFootball, it's not in-game because they constantly release new players like FC, but it just costs a lot of money, in which I was constantly spending over there to keep getting better and better players, to the point where I literally didn't need anybody else. And then it becomes just like, what's the point? The beauty of the RTG is I'm constantly looking at all of the different players being released. I can constantly improve my team, and I can also still compete and really have to put in the effort to get better skill-wise to compete with a lot of these pay-to-win squads. So it's just a lot to do. You challenge yourself all around, just check marks everywhere as far as being an excellent experience. Like I said, FC second place, but a distant second. In UFL, here's what we got here. First of all, you come in and you have lower than bronze level FC, lower than any card you would ever use in eFootball. You have a bunch of players you've never, ever heard of. Okay? A bunch of players you've never heard of. So that's the first mistake that UFL made, right? You have to start at least give a team full of 70s, maybe, especially considering where most everybody is at. What's the number one complaint UFL has been getting from anybody as a newer game, from anybody who tries to come play this game, right? They go in and they get stomped. There is no squad battles in UFL like FC has, where you can go as a newer player and learn the game while building, right? I mean, they have this playoff thing. At least that's better than it used to be. But still, there is no going into, like, for instance, Division 10 and having a chance at winning, right? You go in pretty much immediately. You're going to face a lot of self-demotion teams. You're going to face a lot of 80, 90 rated teams full of players like Nick runs the Foot Market, for instance. When he went back into UFL, he was in bronze. That's exactly where I'd start. As you can see here, let's see, where do I go? Divisions. you see here, I'm in bronze, right? Not to mention, you have nobody that you know. This 75 player, I could have got Perisic instead of him. So let's just say one player that you know, right? You could go in and play this playoff thing against AI. So that's at least, like I said, better than it was. So that's good. But let's go in real quick and get one online game and see what it would be like for a new player. So you see OGamester FC. You see here 0 history. I can't just go in and play Showdown. Let's see if it will let me in. See, I'd have to buy... Look. They don't even let you in. You'd have to buy your way in to Showdown, which is hilarious, right? They expect players to buy into their weekend event. That's not the case in Ultimate Team. Now, if you're brand new, you're probably not going to want to play Ultimate Team, by the way. And then eFootball, they don't have one, so I guess it's better. UFL is still beating. It's better something than nothing, I would say. Better having whatever, any type of weekend event, no matter how much it's lacking, than having nothing. But the fact that you can't even just go in and play it is kind of crazy. So, nonetheless, this is the squad that you're going to come in with if you're a new player, right? Most players right there are going to go to the other 2 games. Boom, right here, this solved it. You know who you're looking at, you have no idea. And then you go in and I think you start off with an AI game, but I think it's only like 1. And maybe it's more, but it better not be too many because that's something like, for instance, even eFootball fixed. For a while, it was like the first 3 divisions were AI. Oh, and I actually think this is a real player. So look, it looks like they might have fixed that since they added that little playoff thing where you can play AI. So we're going to find out. I could be wrong, though. This could be AI. But it's alarming when you see something like this because they don't really have anything inviting. So no, I guess this is a real player. They don't really have anything inviting for a new player, right? They just don't.
We are delighted to welcome you to the match.
Which is the reason why I say it's alarming, is because if they truly want to get new players and build this game up, right, they would absolutely... Oh, I forgot about this. I forgot about this original, camera, because I put mine custom. Dang, I kind of like this camera, though. It's a little bit closer to... but I don't like, it's a little, you can't really see where your players are running and stuff, so I don't like that aspect.
Got plenty of time on the ball, need to move it forward.
Oh my god, I forgot how bad this game is. Dude, see the initial feeling of it, it's just kind of a nice change of pace, but then you start passing the ball, you start moving it, and it's just not there. But my goal isn't to come in and start bashing. I'm just being honest. You guys know I'm always going to be honest. And it's just the passing, the movement just doesn't feel... I mean, look at that shot, guys. What in the F is that? Even if I'm underpowering it, what in the heck is that? I feel bad for this player. I think I'm playing like a 3-year-old. I can't even believe this is a user player.
Turns it, right striker.
It's kind of crazy because I always thought the first game was... AI. But yeah, it's just not... You're playing a bunch... They should make the new teams... If they want new players to come, they take the average of all the teams playing and they go, okay, everyone's got a maxed out team. Let's give everybody who's starting now, instead of 50s, let's give them 75s now. Let's give them 80s now. So at least you can play and find some beast for cheap. Or you get what I'm saying? Right away, you have to engage new players. Because guess what? eFootball is engaging new players. FC is engaging new players. You can't just give them a bunch of no-name 50-rated players and then say, here's playoffs and here's divisions, have fun. What UFL could be doing to help, where it benefits is, hey, we have a game where you can build up players similar to eFootball, right? Where you can... Now, you can't create your own player builds in this, that sucks. But you can at least get players that you can actually build up. And so you can find, what you consider cheap beasts. But they have to take advantage of that. They have to make that small change and give people a team that, as they move up and learn this game, they're not going to be stuck well below everybody. I mean, even if they start winning right away and they have skill, like, I'd be screwed before I could build a team. I'd be playing full 91s, I guarantee it, before I can build a team.
And they lose possession.
So that also takes away from teams who want to do, let's say I wanted to do a UFL Road to Glory, which I did think about. This was kind of me exploring it, and then I remembered, like, man, there's nobody in this game there's no, like, nobody knows these players. There's no week, like, first week brand new account sign in, or like complete these objectives, and then you get, like, let's say even like a Jackson or a Mega or somebody, and you're like, oh heck yeah, and that becomes a cornerstone of your team, right? And that was one of the problems even from the initial release, but it was brand new at the time. Although I didn't know this game spent 8 years in development at the time, I would have been a little less forgiving. I learned that after the release. When it was initially released, I thought this literally was hot off the press, couple years in production, here you go guys, and I'm like, damn, that's pretty impressive. 8 years in production to not have all this stuff figured out. I'm literally giving you guys good ideas within, what, minutes of looking into this? You're telling me they had 8 years to look at everything? They still didn't release it. I thought in that announcement I released that they put out, I thought they said it was coming. He said, like, get your game ready, get your skills ready, which how can they get their skills ready when the game's not on PC, you idiot? But they released it. If you have Twitter, X as it's called, go to Eugene Nashalov. He's the CEO of Strikers, the development company that made this. As stupid as it is, they don't release any new information on the main website. He releases it first. It's the dumbest system ever. But you'd have to look at his personal X account, and on there he put that it was coming. They get new run styles coming on. What's that? What's today? I think it's the 28th. It's coming. Oh, I gotta put my 3 days, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I think it's Wednesday, the 28th. I'm pretty sure. Or in the next few days they have these new run styles, which of all the things they needed, the fact they're adding run styles, something's better than nothing, right? But it's still kind of silly. So anyways, and with that announcement, he talked about PC is coming. Or maybe it's just the announcement that, like, next month PC.
Centrally, but favoring the left. Running at pace.
Nice, Nelson. That's sick. So Rematch is coming out. It's a 5v5 indoor concept game. I'm going to be doing a lot on that. I'll have early access games and stuff like that. I'll have that on this channel. Then I'll be doing the playtesting for goals coming up very shortly. Actually, let me see if I got an email on that today. I'm expecting an email soon. Let me see. Check my email real quick. Nope, nothing yet. Thank you for your... Yeah, nothing yet. Let's see. Yeah, nothing yet.
Let's go. Out to the left, and here comes the winger. Garcia. He might as well not be out there. He's having no
Check both my emails on it. I have 2 associated with my channel.
So much for that effort.
One for more YouTube stuff, one for more game stuff, and I forgot. I think I put the game stuff email on there.
The midfielder gets it. And possession
and
changes.
nothing.
The ball is in the midfield.
Nothing
left-hand
from
side.
goals. But goals will be, long story short, is I'll be doing goals,
The right midfielder receives
play
the ball.
testing. It's already out, obviously, for I believe just Steam. And it looks interesting. It looks unique. And then obviously there's talks, only talks though. It's all rumors. Nothing confirmed, but FIFA will be signing with someone for sure. There's too much money in it. It's just they got to find the right development company because they want to come in right off the bat. They worked with EA Sports for years. They already know who's king of the market. They already know. And they know that off of their name for years, you know, EA Sports became king. So they're looking to compete right off the bat, which means they're not just going to sign with anybody. They're going to try to make a lucrative deal. They're going to go with someone they feel they can compete. I think 2K is going to get it. I could be wrong. There's a lot of skill out there. Nelson, do you have any goals sucks? No, I think not to rubbish the game, but who above 13 will play? Yeah, so see, I only saw certain little elements of it. So can you elaborate, like, what's bad about it? And I think an eFootball content creator made that game, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. But I think an eFootball content creator made that game. Now, I do like Rematch, though. Here's why. FC is a football simulator that went the arcade route. And that kind of makes it ridiculous because you want to play real football, but too much arcade stuff. Case in point, every corner you go for a bicycle kick. And you're liable to score like 3 or 4 of them. Maybe even all 7. You know, it's like too much fake shit in their game. But Rematch went straight for arcade, but they kept a simple, like, fundamentals of the game are still in there. Passing, dribbling, moving, scoring, working as a team. Like 5v5 indoor-esque, futuristic. They have a lot of anime-inspired, like, animations. I like where they went with it. So are you talking about goals or are you talking about Rematch? You're talking about goals, I believe, right? There's a little delay in when you hear what I'm saying and answering what so I want to make sure you're talking about goals, correct? Good through ball there. As you can see, through balls are on a loop in this game, which is why my 50 rated player plays just as good of a through ball as, you know, any 95, 98, 90, 100 rated passer, you know? What was that shot? Yeah, okay, so they fly like Kung Fu Sakuris. Yeah. So that's kind of the thing. That's the thing that sucks about, you know, some of these games that you're going to have that aren't very realistic, but they try to be. So that's where I like Rematch. I think Rematch will be... What's your take on Rematch? The only way I see that game being ruined is I know they're going to do microtransactions. And let's say they sell, like, okay, you can get these boots that give you +5 speed. Or these boots help you shoot better. If they sell something like that breaks the game, where it's like, okay, if you buy this, you're going to win, you know, then it's screwed. Because then it becomes... But based on what I know about Slow Clap as a development company, and what I've seen from them, I think they're going to do a good job and stay true to football, stay true to their game. Obviously, I don't know, and Greed can really do some things to people. But I see that being a very good game for players who want to play football, but have a unique experience playing football. Well, that's the thing. Rematch isn't trying to. Like, that's where I think UFL messed up. But then again, obviously by nature, if they're trying to make a real game, they're going to compete. But they're going to have to compete. But at the same token, Rematch is so unique. They're going to draw in a lot of players that are unique to just Rematch. Like players that might think football is boring, but in the form of a 5v5 indoor-esque with all those cool, like, for instance, I didn't really like Madden, dude, because I wasn't very good at it. I'd play with my friends and stuff growing up, but guess what? I did play and I liked NFL Blitz. I loved hockey games, I'm not going to lie, but guess what was even better than a regular hockey game? NHL Hits. Guess what was an awesome football game? Even though I like real football simulators, guess what was totally different experience but fun? Red Card. You guys remember that game, Red Card? That was awesome, dude. Red Card was awesome. So, with that being said, yeah, I just don't have the motivation to, like, look, this is my squad. So I get a point, so it's like, okay, cool. All right, guys, where should I put my skill points? Let's go with, it's a center back. Let's go with interceptor. Okay, and then I got another one somewhere. Thought I got points. Oh, yeah, my striker. So I got a skill point for him, so let's go with snapshot. So, you get these points and you build up. I remember doing this when the game first started, but they should have started you out at like 70 rated players. They should start you out with like familiar names, and then you can go in and you earn certain players, you get certain player picks. You have to have a path for new players. This path for new players is nothing. I mean, they have done nothing different than day one release, and for a new game, that is a terrible move. Go start an account fresh in FC. It's miles better than this. Go start a brand new account in eFootball. It's miles better than both FC and of course this. So I don't know, maybe as I go I'll keep playing and keep going, and just to show you like, okay, here's how easy it is to get a great team. Maybe I stick to free to play in UFL and just do it sparingly, but right now, knowing what the game's about, knowing about the exploits and all that, knowing that there's so many players that are just willing to throw the game aside just for winning, meaning just using glitches and exploits, it's hard to want to really play this, right? So if you want to really watch, so I have an RTG going in eFootball, even if it's just to watch, it's totally free to play. I'm not putting a cent in, no donations, nothing. And you can see the difference in enjoyment, the difference in level of football. The team that I have already within I've played 5 days on my road to glory. And then you can go watch the team over there. So, let me read this real quick. EAFC back in FIFA days had that street football mode. That's even better than what Rematch. Yeah, FIFA Street. FIFA Street was good, dude. FIFA Street was good. And I heard they're bringing that back. Maybe in FC 26, I think they're bringing that back. But in a different way. I don't want to misquote it, though. But that would be extremely smart. eFootball tried to do something like that with this crazy mode that kind of looks like Rematch as far as the pitch goes. It hits off this electric looking wall, but it's just AI, or it's just not very, it's a good idea, but I think that this type of audience that would be looking for that isn't necessarily part of eFootball. And I actually do think the same thing with FIFA Street. They added Rush in there, and it was too realistic. I think they're thinking, oh, we should have went the route of FIFA Street for Rush, which I agree. That's the route they should have went with before Rush. And Rush could be fun, but you have too many trolls, too much nonsense. FIFA Street would be a good change of pace where you could still get rewards, which is something FC does well. You can get rewards across any mode for Ultimate Team. But yeah, UFL, I don't want to get too far off topic. It's just there's no motivation to play an RTG here. And that's one of the most fun, if not the most fun game modes in all of football games. And really any sports game. And UFL just doesn't, not only do they not have an inviting RTG, but associated with that is it's not very inviting. It doesn't seem like they're really trying to get a wider player base. Because if this is all they have, there's no, welcome to UFL, here's a free Adidas kit. Welcome to, you get what I mean? It's just not there. Exactly, Nelson. It drives me crazy. Yeah, they spending a little and ranking billions is exactly how I feel about Konami too, bro. It's insane to me. They have the ability, dude. The game is so good. With that being said, though, I didn't mean to be a tease to those who like my UFL content. You know, just because there's a 15E in here already, I feel bad. I'll keep playing, but you guys tell me. I mean, you guys as fans of the channel, not my regulars at eFootball, because I know what you're gonna say. So look, so this kit's new. They didn't have this at the beginning, so they have a new. Obviously, this is a new sponsor. This Filte kit. They gave us all the Shamrock kit now, which, by the way, you had to buy this before. Oh no, that's the opponent. That's the opponent. Sorry, I'm an idiot. I was like, damn, they gave us these? So look, this is my second ever game. This is my second ever game. So look at it, 25 and 64. So either this is going to be a really bad player or he self-demoted himself. But think about it. If I'm a brand new player coming into the game, guys. Again, at least they have the playoff mode now, right? Where you can rank up your players. But think about it. Think about it. This is my second ever game. Look who I'm playing. You know, they need to realize this and not give you 50 rated players. I mean, I have a feeling we'll see the level of this player. Skill does prevail, typically speaking, but if there's any game where my player just had a mind of his own there, I stopped sprinting and he just kept. If there's any game where skill will be totally wiped out for the sake of like better players, this is going to be the game. 1-0. The content is very bad. The content, it's lower than eFootball. eFootball does pretty bad with content. Like FC is crushing everybody with content. I think that's an obvious. Well, you see, this is my road to glory. This is like this would be my road to glory. Like, I'm not committed to playing this. I don't know any of my players. They're all 50 rated. There is no welcome to the game pack. There is no like win a game and get this player. There's no booster to help you compete with these 90 rated teams. The only thing saving me is I've played the game before. But if I didn't, oh my god, I'd be so screwed. Whereas eFootball, which is what I'm about to be playing, is totally different. It's amazing how they have it set up perfectly for new players, man. The welcome to eFootball program, they have these signings that you can do as you're learning. I already have an insane team over there. They actually updated to where if you're a new account, you got a free pick on one of these epic players that are being signed right now. So I was actually able to get 3 epics, which, if you don't know eFootball, are their top-rated players from playing. Holy crap! How the fuck is he so free?
Strong in possession.
Damn, man. But anyway,
They have it now in the midfield.
yeah, man. So it's just, I would love to do these RTGs are so much fun, bro, and some of my favorite content to watch. When I was playing competitive, to like a nice change of pace, like when you're playing at a high level and every game's sweaty in FC, you know, because I started playing as competitively in 22, right? So I would like the change of pace of watching, as a football gaming fan, watching RTGs. That was one of my favorite. So as a content creator, I started one in eFootball a couple months ago, but I was impatient. I gave it one stream and the interest wasn't really what I thought. So I just kind of put it to bed. But I'm glad I was somewhat forced in this time to do it because it's been the most fun I've had. So I thought, okay, how would that be in FC? Because you have to restart your account every year. So it's a good way to like train players, right? Good way to train the players on every year how to have a good start, because so many people in FC mess it up. So I started that series, but really just because of how good eFootball is going, it's hard to not just play that. And that says something about Konami's attention to newer players, because since they were prepared for new accounts and they have this awesome system, it's been a blast. You know, even if you don't necessarily... Oh, I shot that earlier. I play only football now. That's because I'm getting older. And to keep my players, I used to play, but grinding takes a lot of it. Yeah, exactly. You said takes a lot of adult hours. I think that term's interesting. Can you define what you mean by adult hours? Oh shit! I just gave him the tie, probably. Nope. If I wasn't playing, perhaps maybe the worst player in all of UFL history, I'd be screwed right now. No offense to this guy either. I know he's just trying to have fun. I love how you can, at least in UFL, call players too and send runs. That is refreshing every once in a while, since you can't do that. I know eFootball tries to focus on, oh no, the wrong player, he's offsides. Oh no, he wasn't. Wow.
This first half is almost over.
Yeah, it would be fun to do RTGs in these other games too, but they just don't give you anything to make it cool. You just got to play with these 50 rated players, and dude, he's
the midfielder gets it.
Full pressing me. That's hilarious. He's gonna be out of stamina in like 2 seconds. Wow, the lag's pretty bad in this game. I wonder if players have been experiencing lag really bad. I heard it was getting bad in UFL. I wonder if it's just been getting worse, because I can feel it bad. This is the worst delay I've seen.
And that's it for the first half of the match. Time for our break. This is the time to freshen things up and maybe...
Gotcha. Yeah. So I have some tips and stuff on that. Like, see, if I ever get into that, I could show you where you would not need to put that grind time in and you could still have a great team. I actually did it a few months ago and ended up with a great team. I still have that great team, obviously, over in FC, but, well, in my other account, that's gone. But I also am like a top ranked player, so I would finish like my rank 1 and rank 2 finishes after the patch means really good rewards. So it's a bit different, I'll admit, because a lot of players coming in aren't going to be able to get those top finishes to get some of the rewards to quickly build the team like I did. But if you look at it relative to their level, because they did update the rewards to match better, like how, you know, to reward you actually, instead of it used to be you could get whatever rank and you got nothing out of the rewards. Goal. Nope. Yeah, although I'll tell you this, since committing to eFootball, I'll tell you, I don't know, man. eFootball with all this smart assist and all that stuff has gotten pretty bad. I mean, there's some trolls. We had one really bad one earlier. I would have up until recently agreed with you, but dude, I think eFootball's definitely, unfortunately, tied EA in that. The goalies are so broken in this game. Tied EA in that department. But either way, I get what you're saying, 100%. That's one of the reasons why it was easier to leave FC, because, like in eFootball, at least with my community, I feel this good connection, like to where we're like-minded, we all love football, we want to enjoy it, and the good guys in eFootball, let's call it that, the classic good guy versus bad guy, the good guys in eFootball are great people. Like, they've helped me so much with learning and being able to climb so quickly in eFootball, and I never got that in FC. It was the most disappointing thing. Not only did I have to learn myself, but even when I tried to find good content creators over there, there's so many con men. There's so many FC con men content creators.
This looks interesting. The ball's in the area.
Smart Assist brought a lot of rats over that probably would never be playing right now, but they found a shortcut and they're like, oh yeah, I can win at something. Which is pathetic. It's pathetic, but that's how it is. Guys, are you seeing how broken this game is, though? I mean, this is a terrible marketing.
Neat pass.
Like, look at these goalies. What is this?
For a pass. They're spoiled for choice. Got plenty of time on the ball, but need to move it forward.
Finally. And then that didn't even look good because the goalie wasn't moving. I had to literally dribble it almost into the damn net. But look at my players. Let's read who this guy is. What's his name? I'm creating my own legend. My guy, number 10. Let's see his name. Guys, just give me the name of this mother effer. I'm crying out loud. Amon. He's a 50 rated player. Now, if this doesn't show you, wait till you see this dude's team. He's out teaming the shit out of me, but obviously he's like, oh my god, you didn't score that? Buddy. Come on, man.
Here's another look. He does well to clear it, and the hosts will hope they can clear the corner too.
Let me see what this says. What up, Joel? Hey, I haven't seen you in a while. I'm assuming because you're strictly UFL, huh? I'll give you my compare. I'll give you that once this game's over, Nelson. Save the teams. Yeah, Joel, I hear you. Yeah, that's evident here because this dude's got CR7. He's got everybody, and it just is. Would be 5-0 if the goalies weren't broken. I like your hashtag. So what do you mean by that, Joel? Is it? I meant to. That's why I was kind of doing this. Is it pretty rough, man? I saw of all things they're introducing run styles, which is pretty funny. But I kind of was exploring. It's been a blast. The eFootball, the eFootball Road to Glory. So I wanted to check it out in UFL. But dude, they didn't add anything to make it like fun to grind. They didn't add. There's no welcome to UFL campaign or no like bonus to get good players or. What was that shot? That was hilarious. You know what I mean? Can you, elaborate what you mean by save UFL players? And anybody who's been playing UFL, tell me what's your take on it. Because you guys know mine, man. One of the reasons why I only started sparingly covering it is because they just ruined the game, man. It was. Do you guys remember the initial release, bro? I remember coming from FC feeling like, oh my god, I can actually play football. I can play any formation I want, set up the tactics, and as long as I know how to utilize it, I can be successful. Like, that's huge. Like, it was skill-based. Now look at how it feels, how it looks. The customization kits and all that are great for UFL. But it always felt a little like out of date, of course. However, when it was if you have a skill-based game, that's the most important part. When you can actually play football, there's not just, oh, you got to use the 4-2-1-3, you got to shoot from this angle. You know, that ruins everything in FC. The arcadey / fake / monotonous feel of it. Look at that. That's such a glitch. Look at my 50 rateds. Look at my 50 rateds. Oh, broken goalie, though. Yeah, but all they're adding on the 29th is run styles. There's no real gameplay fixes. They keep doing these updates, but they're not touching the most important part, which is like making the game. I mean, these goalies, how are they keeping these goalies like that? How on earth? Look at this. 3 shots out of 13. 13 on target, guys. That's ridiculous. If I go do, which you'll see the video I'm putting out on this, and I'll show you. There's just some insanity going on. Like, how could the goalie still be doing this? And they have nothing in there about fixing this either. I mean, nothing about fixing this. Yeah, you got to watch the eFootball Road to Glory. It's just so much better, so much different. Okay, so we got all the rewards. So now here's the thing, though. So let's check this out. So there's no welcome back or anything like that. It's just regular challenges. So let's claim, 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 claim. Claim. So now all I have to go for, like reward wise, is 2 more weeklies. So I've played 2 games and I'm already almost done with everything that I can get to add to my team. Besides grinding, right? So look, I have 3. I have 3 more wins without conceding a goal too. Wow. Score several goals with a finesse shot. 5 more of those to get a Game Changers pack. And Team Pass, got 600 SP. I need 1450 to get to here, so that's about 6 games or so, so that's cool. That's not bad to get one of these, but they need to have more of this. This is for just the regular Team Pass. They need to have more of that. This game has become finesse shots for loader. Yeah, I know it's not very good. So let's see here. So none of these are really going to help me. I mean, what am I going to do? You know, I guess I could put skins on my lower rated players to boost them. I shouldn't say that, so that's true. But yeah, man, it's just hard to get behind the game. It doesn't seem like they're really trying to worry about adding new players, which is alarming because they need new players if they want this game to survive. Just think about it. People don't ever think about this. Every day across the world, there's a new 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, even 20, 18, 22, whatever year old that finally has time to play and that really wants to sit down and play some Ultimate Team or Dream Team or whatever they call it, UFL. I guess since it's the only mode, it's just UFL mode. I don't know. But there's always a new player that's looking to play at that level, right? And so every time somebody tries to open an account in one of these games, if they buy FC, they're going to give it more of a chance because they put money in, right? And they most likely tested it. But every time they download eFootball or UFL, it's easier accessibility. The first experience is going to shape a lot. So when you turn on UFL or eFootball and you start getting all this welcome back objectives, play 2 games and you get, or go do the skill training, you get a Trent Alexander-Arnold. Sign in for 4 days in a row and you get Van Dijk. 3 days you get Mbappe. 2 days you get, and you get these 4 solid players. You get Foden, Mbappe, Van Dijk, and Trent from doing this training thing. That's huge. That is huge. And it's not a shabby Mbappe either. It's not his best card, but I got him in my starting lineup right now, and he does a fantastic job. Right? And so it's just, you have nothing here. There's no, I have the regular challenges, and that's it. I'm 2-0 in divisions, and it's just like, okay, so just grind divisions. 16 million CP, so I'm nowhere. If you guys know about CP, I'm nowhere near. So LP wise, let's go see these skins real quick. 250, so 25 more, and I can get one of these Game Changers things. So let's see. Challenges. LP. So I can get a Game Changers pack directly, 25 more, and I can get this. So yeah, So that's my take on it. I don't know. Like, I have this account going in the future. If I host tournaments or do anything, it will be through this account. Maybe they'll make this change and we'll come back eventually and like they'll have a welcome to UFL objective, streak going, or something else to make it worthwhile. But for now, it just feels like, here, let's go in. It just feels like they don't really have. I mean, if you guys that are looking at this, what do you guys feel like? Like if you're a new player, based on what I'm showing you guys, what do you like about it? What do you not like about it? Or if there's anything that you like about it. Yeah, that made me sick, dude. Having 13 shots on goal, all those point-blank shots, and having that happen, it was crazy. So this is a newer player. He's off to a good start, 5-1-1. Look at that Dwelly, the guy. I'm not making fun for being bald, but doesn't he look like? I mean, that is a penis head if I ever seen one. Watch him just smoke me with the penis head.
Home fans are in full voice, enjoying their team's.
Yeah, they need to change it and make it like you start out with like 70 rated players now that most people have juiced up teams.
Launching an attack from the off. The midfielder controls it on the right side. They've retained the ball, but surely it's time to create something. Lorenzo Pellegrini. Plays it back. The ball is now out on the right flank. Pellegrini. Nice movement near the box here.
Whoa.
Flags up. That's off the pitch. It's a goal.
Yeah, it's just so stiff and unrealistic. It's hard to, coming from eFootball is easily the best game, the most realistic. Trust me, they have plenty of problems. By no means are they perfect. But there's this thing I call the eFootball effect, and it's this realistic like feeling of satisfaction that you only get from playing real football. And that's what keeps me. That's a feeling that I don't get. I've never gotten from FC. I definitely don't get from UFL. And the reason why is because FC is too much of a like arcadey feel. I used the example earlier. Like you go every corner kick, you go for instance, a bike kick. Like there's not 10 bicycle kick corners a game, man, where you might score 2 or 3. Like it's crazy. There's no like, it's just the pingy passing where you connect everything basically. Ping, 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 ping. You can take the ball with one player. This game's really bad with that because the defense can't move properly. So the movement's too fake. And I know people will say, well, dude, not everyone's hardcore and wants the game exact. And I'm not saying it has to be exact. I'm just saying it has to be like skill-based and real. More homage to real football, man. That's what when we play football simulators, we're not playing it and going, guys, we just want to win. Like, that's what rats do. We're playing this game because we want to play football. And so eFootball has that gratification, that satisfaction, whatever words you want to come up with, that no other game has, despite all their problems, all the over-assistance with AI. That keeps players, including myself, coming back and wanting to play and, looking forward to playing.
The pass gets there. Left striker. Right striker.
But yeah, even if you're not a fan of playing eFootball, I strongly suggest, if you don't mind, obviously if you don't want to, don't do anything you don't want. But my suggestion is you watch my eFootball Road to Glory and you be the judge. Watch 1 episode, 2, whatever it takes for you to like get a really good idea, and you tell me if it's not okay, if you don't see what I'm saying. With the football that will be played with the the way you build your teams, the way you can change every individual player build, that's freaking badass, and you can change them at any times. So I'll give you an example where that would work. Say you have a player that can play like a Szoboszlai. He can play attacking mid, but maybe you want him to play box to box. You want him a little more defensive. You can take away from, for instance, dribbling stats for Szoboszlai and put him onto his defensive stats and change him to a center mid if he has a proficiency. If not, you can earn it along the way, right? Or you can say, I want him to be like the best dribbler. Oh, one touch too many. I want him to be the best dribbler ever. So you could put every stat boost onto just his dribbling and make him the best dribbler, or onto just his shooting, or onto, you know, more strategically though, like I was saying, if you want him to go from a CMF to an AMF, now you take away from the defensive because he doesn't need it as an AMF now, and you put that onto passing, or you split it between passing and shooting. So you can change your players based on changing where they play and stuff. It's so badass, dude. There's a lot of stuff like that. They give you, like this halftime, what do you get? Let's see. 30 seconds. They give you 2 minutes before the game, halftime, everything, because there's strategic changes. It's similar to real football where you're like, okay, guys, they're playing a 4-3-3. We're going to man mark this player. We're going to tight mark this player. We're going to start using the widths. So we're going to make this change. So-and-so is going to move out wide. Like, it's literal, like, tactical decisions. There's tactical skill that affects the outcome of a game. It's so brilliant. They just got to get rid of the over-assistance that is there to cater to the ratty, low-skill players that are too lazy to appreciate or work on real football. They just want to win right away. That's all. They just want to win. And you see that in UFL too with the players that will use the exploits. It proves nothing. They just want to win at something. Goal. Goal! That's the opponent. Stoners. Down 1-0.
Neatly worked him on the left of midfield. They planted themselves firmly in the opposition half. Pressured the opposition into it.
But yeah, so I strongly suggest you watch that and just see what you think. Because I've been having a blast, and as far as like being a fan first, that's what I would have loved to watch. Is the eFootball, is an eFootball, what the hell? So this wasn't happening first half, but now he's using, so if you guys don't know, this is a glitch. So look, what he does is you go L1, R2, so look, I can do it too with my player, and it's a glitch that's not meant to be in the game. And so that's what he's doing. He's just taking one player and using, because he was getting beat in the first half. But that's where UFL sucks compared to all the other games. And then you see the broken goalie. Is they have these glitches that allow you to win the game. Which it's pointless to play like that. Look, you can see here. Oh, wow. Nice time tackle, though.
Pass finds him out on the right wing.
I think he was just giving up, like I ain't gonna catch him, and got a good tackle. I don't believe that was skill, but look, so this is a glitch sprint. It's not a skill. It's not, look, so I'll do it again here. This is what ruins the game, though, this kind of thing. So there's a glitch sprint.
It's opened up for them.
Now it sucks. I have 50 rated players with like 40 speed, so their glitch sprint isn't very high, but you can see here, this is what, look, the players aren't meant to like design to like stop that. You get see what I'm saying? Anybody can do it. That's the type of thing that ruins the game, though, because it's not skill based, it's actually glitch based. If you go look at that player's speed, I think it's like 50, dude, literally. But you use the glitch sprint or a glitch through ball or something, it's not about skill, you just, you know. So that's how he scored those goals. So it's just another thing that's unfortunate about UFL. And the really, really unfortunate thing is there will always be rats, but you need a development company that can get rid of these things. When you don't have that, you know, that's when it gets really bad.
opportunity here. Referee now blows up to signal the original free kick.
Unfortunately. See if this is still a glitch that works.
No idea why he's not taking it.
Oh, a little over 3.
He's trying one.
It still works. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh, guys, it still works. So by the way, all you have to do on free kicks is aim in the top corner, just inside where the aimer touches, but not over the crossbar / post, and this is what you get. Not gonna lie, it looks pretty sick, but again, that's all it is. It's 3. Typically, you want to go 3 bars. You don't want to go over. I went a little over 3 bars. It worked out, I think, because of the distance. But you want to go as close to 3 as possible. Sometimes if you're closer, if you go even a little bit over 3, it will go over the top. So yeah, you get what I'm saying though. That would be super sick if that was more skill based. But yeah, it's pretty much automatic. It's just 3 bars, aim in the top corner. That's it. It's not like eFootball, again, I'm just being honest. I'm not kissing their ass. It's just the honest truth, man. They deserve credit where it's due. Is they have realistic free kicks, and it's so satisfying when you score them. Every player's is a little bit different. You need a little bit more, a little bit less power. Inside curl, outside curl, outside of the foot. All of it's a little bit different. It's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool. So they deserve a lot of credit, but then they do have some bullshit too. They added this thing called Smart Assist, and it's literally a feature where players who struggle because the game's realistic and you have to work at getting better, if they don't want to do that, they can literally turn on a feature in any mode, including ranked, where the AI makes their decisions, chooses the right shot, chooses the right pass, moves their defenders around for them.
He plays centrally, but favoring the left.
What? How in the hell was that possible? First of all, it was a goofy goal. But how on earth did he save that?
I hope he intends to kick them. We've come to the end of the
Oh, what? That should have been a winner right there, guys. Well, whatever. Nice little 40-yard free kick goal. I'll take it to tie it up. Hats off to my opponent for knowing how to L1 R2 sprint. I was able to show the chat how to do that if they don't know. But yeah, if you play this game, you're just going to have to learn to glitch and kind of deal with stuff like that. It's really unfortunate because, believe it or not, when this game came out, it wasn't the best looking. It wasn't the best feeling. But you could play any system and you could score goals in any way. And now it just became kind of a broken mess, unfortunately. So, yeah, that's where we're at. Let me save that so I have, hold on. That's where we're at. So, we'll see where we go from here. Leave in the comment section. I will be doing a video on this. Leave in the comment section either that video, in this chat for this stream, how you guys feel about this game, how you feel about continuing this as like a road to glory. I strongly suggest you check out my eFootball Road to Glory so you have, something to compare to. And yeah, I'm interested to hear your thoughts on it. I appreciate all the support. Please like, subscribe if you haven't. There's also good news. There's, like I said earlier, if you're not on the stream, there's Rematch coming in, right? There is a game called Goals coming in. I'm not saying Goals is going to be great. Like my man up here, Nelson, said Goals already just looks super fake. Rematch is more super arcadey. They're going for it's 5v5, more indoor oriented, and of course FIFA will sign with someone. We just don't know who, and then that game will take X amount of time to produce. Just to put in perspective, Strikers with this game took 8 years. Now that's crazy long, so don't expect 8-year wait when FIFA signs with someone, or they might have signed with and kept it hush, but a lot of things are hard to keep hush, so I don't think they did partner with anyone yet. Unless you guys have some info that you guys could share about that. But, yep, I appreciate all the support. I mean, it's obvious that the UFL following I created is still strong. The fact that already within this, just even talking about a road to glory, we had the same, if not more, than I typically get for eFootball. About the same, right? And that's after, a while of not really covering this game as it's broken. So I don't know if it's just that you guys follow me in anything and you just get the notifications, you see UFL, or if all of you are still playing UFL. That's where I need some feedback from you. Also, you can come in the Discord. Let me know under the UFL Discord, which pretty much, I mean, we have a lot of members in there, but the talk of the game pretty much went down. It used to be ridiculously lively, and now eFootball is. So it's interesting to see these shifts in momentum and stuff like that. But I really do want to see. Let me see something real quick. I really do want to get your feedback on it. All right, let me read this real quick. Let me catch up because my comments froze. I apologize. Just the money grabbing for the addicts. FIFA is not honestly better, but I feel every football game is in the gutter due to the money hungry developers. Very, very true, Joel. I got 2 million reputation with no use. Right, exactly. I got an in-game team with no use due to poor gameplay and few game modes. Just right. 100%, Joel. That's what I mean. It has to be playable, not shoot from this spot and is a guaranteed goal or do this pass to it. Exactly, 100%. Yeah, so he out-teamed me for sure, but skill prevails. Even if the skill is rendered useless compared to exploits, overall, just knowing football, helped me outplay him there. But unfortunately, even with that, he used a glitch, the L1R2 sprint, to get 2 goals. So, I mean, it's crazy, but look at that example even. I mean, he had the better team. He's using glitches. He gets a tie. Just imagine if you get a player that is a little more competent and using glitches and has a 91 across the board team. It makes it pretty, it can be frustrating. Joel, just see the notification. No matter what the games are. Players update next season. 3 days. Maybe we'll know if the player updates. Yeah. They haven't been too clear on that at all. They haven't been too clear on that. For me, it doesn't matter anymore because I'm starting from scratch. I mean, look, this is my team. Oh, just so you guys know, when I was talking to you about him using that glitch and then I showed you what he did and went and scored myself with it, look at my player's speed. When I was burning his whole team. This is that Ammon that I was sprinting with. So check this out. 74 acceleration, 50 was at 62 sprint speed with the boost that he got. 74, 62. And I was beating his whole team like they were nothing. Because if you press L1R2, it's something that shouldn't be in the game and you can just sprint around everyone. It's so dumb. But, yeah. And it would be nice if every player decided, you know what, screw this, we're not going to use it. Oh, I just realized my center forward has a 1-star weak foot on the left. Like, he literally might as well just not even have a leg on his left side. But yeah, so I'm headed over to my eFootball Road to Glory. I would love for you guys to join. We have a blast over there. I have a pretty sick team. It's always a lot of fun. There's a lot to do over there with that. A lot of building, a lot of tactical knowledge and stuff that goes into it. And we're getting higher and higher. I'm in Division 6 now over there. It only gets harder and harder. You do face your rats. You do face your issues. And you will hear me call them out on it. I don't just kiss their ass. I'm not just over here saying good things to say good things. I'm being honest about the good things and the bad things about each of these games. I know, Nelson, that's hilarious, bro. 1 star. Give me a break. So, yeah. I will see you guys over there. I mean, I got a couple of games in. I know it's not necessarily what some of you would want, our gameplay, but again, give me your feedback in the comments section. Do you know, how do you feel? Do you want to see me play this more? Would you be interested in me continuing playing this as a Road to Glory? And then we'll go from there. So thank you all so much. Appreciate your support. If you want to continue watching, I'll be starting the eFootball stream literally right after this. So have a good one. See you soon. Like, subscribe, join the Discord if you haven't. Peace.